From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Morning Edition.
The California primary happens on Tuesday. Voters will settle a number of questions, including which two candidates should advance in the race to become California's next U.S. Senator.
It also doesn't help the pain to know that there's so much money out there to help people with addiction, and it seems like there's no real focus on it.
California voters will also decide whether to overhaul substance abuse and mental health treatment in our state. We'll hear from a Bay Area woman who knows firsthand that something needs to change. And voters in the South Bay are considering multiple candidates to replace a congresswoman who is retiring after 32 years. We find out what some of those voters are looking for. Good morning, and thanks for starting your day with us. Today is Sunday, March 3rd. I'm Max Darrow. This morning, we are focusing on the California primary election happening on Tuesday, giving you an in-depth look at key races and issues on the ballot. But first, it's cold outside, so let's begin with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Hagan. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning. Yeah, the first weekend in March just feels like the dead of winter across the Bay Area and across the entire state. We still have scattered showers out there this morning. Another batch of slightly heavier rain is lining up to make a run towards San Francisco within the next 60 minutes or so we'll be here tracking that. And more showers are going to pop up as we head through the rest of the day. It's possible to hear a rumble or two of thunder, but mainly we're just going to see showers with some locally heavy downpours, especially from midday into the afternoon. Gradually, things are going to become a little more sparse as we head through the overnight hours, but it's still going to be an unsettled pattern over about the next 24 hours or so. Of course, the big story has been in the Sierra, where the snow continues to fall. This is the view from California 267 near Kings Beach. We'll talk more about the snowy aspect of this winter storm coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Paul, we'll check in a little bit. Thank you. Taking a look at our top headlines of the day. As a result of major restructuring, the San Francisco Unified School District is set to lose a number of public schools. The district says student enrollment has dropped by nearly 10,000 in recent years. And on top of that, the district says they're facing a massive $421 million budget deficit and struggling to staff classrooms amid a teacher shortage. Labeled the Resource Alignment Initiative, SFUSD says it will work with families, teachers, and communities in the process. They add this alignment will benefit students in the long run.
To create the schools our students deserve and our families expect, we must have fewer schools than we do now. By having fewer schools, we can concentrate our resources and enhance programs, teacher support, and student services.
The superintendent is expected to make recommendations this fall on which schools to close, merge, or co-locate. The changes are slated to take full effect come the 2025 school year. Self-driving car company Waymo was just given the green light to operate in the San Francisco Peninsula from both the California Public Utilities Commission and the DMV. But some local and state leaders are pushing back, saying this is happening at too quick of a pace. They're worried autonomous cars going at high speeds on highways could create serious safety issues. Well, now a bill is being pushed to give local communities more control over driverless vehicle rollout and oversight. No word yet from Waymo on when we could see driverless robo-taxis on peninsula roads and highways. And progress is being made in Gaza to implement a 6-week ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war. The U.S. says Israel has more or less accepted the deal, but Hamas hasn't yet agreed to specific terms around the release of hostages. A Hamas delegation has reportedly arrived in Cairo, Egypt this morning to further talks on the deal. Meanwhile, the U.S. says it has made its first humanitarian airdrop into Gaza, but aid groups have called it ineffective due to Israel's obstruction of aid deliveries. Well, we are just 2 days away from the California primary election, and this morning we want to look at some of the key issues at stake. Let's start with the U.S. Senate race. A new poll from UC Berkeley shows a statistical tie at the top between Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff and Republican former baseball player Steve Garvey. While the polling suggests Schiff would enjoy a strong lead over Garvey in a two-way matchup, Tuesday's expected low voter turnout is giving the conservative candidate a boost, putting him on track to become one of the two general election candidates. Democratic Congresswoman Katie Porter is trailing in third, and Representative Barbara Lee is behind her in fourth. Almost 20% of likely voters say they still do not know which candidate they will choose. And as our Katie Nielsen explains, whoever wins this Senate seat will have some big shoes to fill.
Donna Crane is a political science professor at San Jose State University. But before going into academia, she was a longtime lobbyist in Washington, D.C., often working with senators from California, including Feinstein.
She was formidable. You know, she was a woman of substance for sure. And she brought a tremendous amount of gravitas to that job. So filling those roles is going to be nearly impossible for anybody.
Crane says whoever wins the seat will have to bring their own style of leadership to Washington.
We have the chance to continue to play a big role in the Senate, but it's going to look different.
Frontrunners Adam Schiff and Katie Porter are already known on a national stage. Schiff for his involvement in the impeachment proceedings of President Donald Trump.
We must say enough. He has betrayed our national security, and he will do so again. He has compromised our elections, and he will do so again.
And Katie Porter for her whiteboard breakdowns.
Revlimid costs $763 per pill. I'm curious, did the drug get substantially more effective in that time? Did cancer patients need fewer pills? How did you change the formula or production of Revlimid to justify this price increase?
But longtime House Representative Barbara Lee from Oakland is having a more difficult time gaining traction statewide.
She's probably suffering from the fact that she just is not quite as skilled at raising money because she's represented Oakland and Berkeley and not seen as much of a national figure.
Barbara Lee, there she is right there.
That's a major concern for Bishop Bob Jackson at Acts Full Gospel Church in Oakland.
She understands the plight of the inner city and what's going on, especially with people of color and people who are less fortunate than others. So having that understanding goes a long way.
I look at politics and public service as being able to not tinker around the edges, but dismantling systems that are barriers for full and equal opportunity for everyone.
Bishop Bob says he's worked with Barbara Lee many times over the years and worries the state won't be fully represented if both of the state's senators are from Southern California.
Barbara Lee doesn't have the kind of money that's backing her, but she's from Northern California. So where are we going to be if all of these Southern California people begin to win the Senate race and become senators for the California? Will we be represented? Will we have a voice?
It's separation of powers, checks and balances.
But according to Crane, that's been a long-standing issue in the Senate, since there are only 2 for the entire state, a lesson she's teaching to her U.S. politics class.
This is a really, really important seat for California. We have just started talking about this race in my classes. There is no state as big and diverse as California is, so we have a special challenge in finding somebody who can equally represent both regions, the North and the South.
California's primaries are somewhat unique in that the top 2 vote getters will move forward to the general election regardless of their political party. So that means we could actually see 2 Democrats facing off in November.
The most consequential proposition on the state ballot is probably Prop 1. The $6.3 billion bond measure is a key part of Governor Newsom's plan to create drug and mental health treatment beds.
Prop 1 is about breaking through that paradigm. There's 2 components of this. You got the bond, the $6.4 billion bond, 6.38, that provides for 11,150 new units, treatment slots, units, actual housing, and 26,700 slots for outpatient treatment.
Prop 1 would massively overhaul how the state spends billions in the battle to end the homeless crisis. Critics claim it diverts billions away from already effective mental health services.
They're talking about housing and getting people housing, but the bulk of what's going in is going to be to build facilities to warehouse them, hospital beds.
Whatever your stance on Prop 1, there is no question the issue of homelessness and substance abuse does need to be addressed here in California. Elizabeth Cook spoke to someone who tragically knows what can happen when the right resources are not available.
Renisha Moreno gets off work as a medical assistant at the same time every day. Just as one job ends,
You ready?
The next one begins. Her life is full.
Full is an understatement. I don't know how I complete everything in just one day.
But she always finds time to check in with the people who matter the most.
It's really important for me to make sure that my kids know that I'm there for them. So I actually play Roblox with them. every night, and it's just kind of become our habit, and it's the way for us to connect. So it's like really, that's like when all the secrets come out.
She's seen what can happen when that connection is lost. Renisha is one of 5 kids. Growing up, she watched her youngest brother Salim struggle from what she believes was undiagnosed mental illness.
And never really got the help that he needed. And part of that was because there were no real resources. The only resources were really punitive. So it never really stuck and didn't really help him.
Salim was addicted to drugs and would often disappear, winding up either in jail or on the streets. He died a few years ago. Renisha will never forget the last time she spoke to her baby brother.
I got to tell him that I loved him. I told him if he was ready for help, that I was there. I hate to say that I feel like I'm lucky because I got to talk to my brother before he passed. And that's something that a lot of parents and siblings don't get, but it also doesn't help the pain to know that there's so much money out there to help people with addiction, and it seems like there's no real focus on it. He should be here today with his daughter. I still miss him.
Mental illness runs in her family, but getting help just was never an option.
I know even for myself, when I originally got my anxiety diagnosis, it was really hard. Like I was just like, no, it's okay, I can manage this on my own. I don't need a therapist. I don't need medication. Like my grandmother raised a strong Black woman. That's what we do. We figure it out and we keep pushing forward. But I think as I dealt with it and then started to see the symptoms in my daughter, that's when I realized it was kind of time to break that generational trauma.
Renisha was diagnosed with anxiety and depression. It took her a year and a half to find a therapist.
That was probably like the biggest anxiety inducer once I received the diagnosis, because I really wanted someone who I could connect with, who understood my cultural background and why it would be so hard to even accept a diagnosis of anxiety or depression.
With all she has going on, politics is usually the last thing on her mind. But Prop 1, the governor's plan to overhaul the state's mental health system, hit close to home.
Having the resources to get help for substance abuse and mental illness is the difference between life and death. And know that even for my brother, if there were built-in resources where he can go to treatment for 90 days or 6 months, whatever it may be, he could be alive today.
Across town, in a different kitchen, a similar story. Kate Brady has watched her own close family members struggle with mental illness. It's what inspired her to become the board chair for the San Francisco branch of NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Her group helped write Prop 1, but even she admits the issue is complicated, and debate in her local chapter has divided the community.
I think what I feel is that it should not rob Peter to pay Paul. Do not take money away from community mental health services, which are profoundly needed, and put it into housing. We've had so many bills on housing that have never really gotten very far. And I would like to see this money come from elsewhere and to maintain the level of community mental health care we're providing now.
Back home with Renisha, after dinner is made and the family is taken care of, it's time to start her other full-time job. As a full-time student, she's getting a degree in psychology at the University of San Francisco, so she can be a lifeline to someone else who might be struggling and wants help from somebody like her.
It's already hard to go into the doctor or to see someone, and when you add in the mental health aspect, it can be very vulnerable. And I want people to know that you can be vulnerable with me, and I'm not going to judge you, because more than likely we had the same childhood and we had the same experiences, and I understand the trauma that comes with that, and I'm hoping that we can overcome it together.
So if Prop 1 passes, it would make major changes to California's Mental Health Services Act, passed in 2004, which expanded and modified county mental health systems.